I didn't want to start scripting my next video so soon after uploading my last review, but I'm waiting on my friend Fabletail to give me the audio for her Monster Tamer video, so I can edit that and put in a decent background for her as well as some images. And I still have some time before September starts, before I start working on a project that I want to get out in time for Halloween, so why not do a quick commentary in the meantime? Not like I have a life outside the internet or anything. Seriously, none of the places I've applied to have called me back. Please give me work! Greetings, viewers! Night here, back with another commentary. Today I'm covering a guy named Simply Dan. I think he's a fandom commentator like Turkey Tom, Stacks All, and Alex Mark, but I can't really be sure if he identifies as part of the commentary community. He did a video on the Storytime animator Spetchy, and the video's daughter back when she was a bandwagon. Oh, I guess he also talked about Madonna? That's weird. Nothing on his channel indicates he's into Pokemon. Since I really don't have any investment in the Madonna stuff, I'm just going to be covering the part about Spetchy. I'll be using Fox McCloud as my avatar, since a subscriber asked if I'd use him in a video. And if I see a single do-a-barrel in the comments, I will
So over the past couple months, the name Speechy has been all up in my recommended videos and shit, because I think YouTube associated me with art YouTubers now because of my last video. And as such, I've seen a couple videos about Speechy detailing the kind of shit she does. Some videos are really good, and I think for the most part that shit is really well put together and I have no issues with what they're trying to say. Some other videos are complete cheeks and it just gives me PTSD flashbacks of them DA ranters again. Basically what I'm getting at is that this shit is just another bandwagon that I'm late to, and I'm here making a video talking about this shit from a different perspective. Basically the same shit I've been doing for the past couple months, so consider this a good welcome back to the channel if you missed me. The big words for today is gonna be criticism, self-affirmation, and insecurity, because I feel all of those words apply to Speechy and people like her. If y'all don't know who this chick is, Speechy is a storytime YouTuber with a couple subscribers, with absolutely nothing special about her except that she's been the focus of criticism from shitty commentary rant channels. She makes videos talking about art and a bunch of random IRL shit with her fucking loser boyfriend Papa Timmy, who also is a YouTuber, but nobody gives a fuck about him, so moving on.
Okay, bit of a nitpick here. You tell your viewers that Spetchy is a Storytime animator, but show vlog footage when talking about her. Wouldn't footage of her animation videos go along better with what you're saying? And despite you saying that no one cares about Papa Timmy, you mention him anyway. Almost feels like you did that because you know fans of both those YouTubers are likely to come across this video.
Speechy has recently been under fire for being a pretty garbage content creator who can't take any kind of criticism and is just lame in general. My overall opinion on her is just that she's nothing special. She's like the most basic, boring, average, mayonnaise-ass white chick that I've ever come across, making boring as shit content that literally everybody else in her field has done before. She just happens to be even worse than them and says a lot more dumb shit than her contemporaries do.
I don't know. I've yet to see her make a video where she admits to being a tracer and tries to justify it, embraces that she has absolutely no originality, and then asked her subs for an unreasonable amount of money so she could go to VidCon. I do know that someone in the animation community was dumb enough to do that, but I don't think it was Spetchy.
So if I just blew my metaphorical criticism load all over Speechy's disgusting face so early, you might be wondering why the fuck the video's still going on and why it's still got some time left before it's over. Well, that's because the rest of the video is addressed at all you goofy ass niggas who think making videos, tweets, comments, all that shit about Speechy or anybody else who acts like her actually matters at the end of the day. Commentary YouTubers at some point gotta understand when the bandwagon's gotta end and when the chick you're talking about is beyond helping.
And do you know Spetchy's beyond help? How? I mean, if she's still doubling down calling anyone who commentates on her a troll, then yeah, I can agree with you on that. People who act toxic towards their critics are beyond help. The whole reason I stopped responding to Metal Blade 5 is because he clearly doesn't want to get over his resentment towards the commentary community. He just let us spin the narrative that we're all attention-seeking assholes. All because he became a bandwagon last year. But let me ask you this. Is Spetchy going on Twitter or into her Discord and claiming that people are harassing her with commentaries made on her as her only proof? Also, I would consider the redesign of her character to be some sort of indication that she did take the criticism some people had about her avatar. Yeah, it's probably not much, but minimal improvement is still improvement.
And at this point, I'm honestly just sick and tired of seeing garbage ass videos talking about Speechy claiming that they're trying to give out criticism or that they want to see her improve, because let's be honest, none of y'all are actually trying to do shit but catch a check because Speechy brings in views and you know that shit.
Okay, I'll admit my video on Speechy is currently sitting at 3.3k views. But I made that because I kept hearing that Speechy was the Lily Orchard of the animation community. Yeah, I can see why people don't like her, but I don't consider her as irredeemably toxic as Lily. Now, I'm not going to say no one made a video on Speechy when she was a bandwagon for views, but you can't say with absolute objectivity that that's the only reason people made videos on her. I mean, Miss Misa's subcam is higher than Speechy's, and she made 2 videos talking about her.
So I promise you guys, I'm not going to constantly be talking about depression on the channel. It's just there are loads of YouTubers that seem to be spreading misinformation about it, and as somebody who is medically diagnosed with it, I just really need to say something about it, okay?
The point I'm trying to make here is that some issues are worth talking about. Destructive content creators, toxic internet personalities, pressing issues about YouTube or media as a whole and shit like that. Talking about shit that matters, to me, is what I think good content is. That's the shit that actually matters and in the long run makes a difference, small or large. I can understand people who started a trend or bandwagon, maybe they began with good intentions, but if you go a whole 6 ass months and literally nothing has changed about the person you're talking about, maybe it's time for the collective of leeches to dial it back and just give up on making videos criticizing this person. Or at the very least, chill with the self-righteous demeanor and shit. There seems to be a lot of cognitive dissonance in the mind of people who are genuinely trying to convince themselves that the shit they're making is made with the intention of bettering other people or with the hopes that they improve.
Or they could have just taken exception with the stuff Speechy had been saying and doing back when she was a bandwagon. Like with her depression video, which people who actually were diagnosed with depression did. Considering you're a commentator yourself, I think, you should know that commentaries aren't always made with the intent of seeing the target improve. Some commentators, like myself, sometimes do commentaries to point out why we think our targets are being dumb. For example, my commentaries on DBM315 and the Bad Cop 69 spotlight how they're talking about butthurt because Senpai wouldn't talk to them. Could I be considered an asshole for those videos? Yeah, sure, I won't deny it. Especially the DBM video. But I also like to think that I tend to be an asshole with a point. There's also the fact that commentators can be done for the simple sake of critique, or simply done for the fun of it. Hell, I've seen troll commentators who are actually pretty funny.
My homie Turkey Tom made a good ass video talking about Speechy, but near the end he claimed that he didn't hate Speechy and that he made his videos in the hopes that she'll improve, when that's clearly not the case. Even if he made genuine, honest criticism, it's clear that the intent was just to get people who like Speechy pissed and the people who hate Speechy to come to the video, and it just dogpiles into a video with hella views on it. It doesn't really take away from the quality of the video Tom put out, it just comes off as disingenuous and gives the viewers a bad idea of what legit criticism is like when 90% of the video is mostly just harsh insults and ad hominem.
Just because you could tell that Tom was being disingenuous, it doesn't mean that everyone else who did a video on her was. Would you accuse Staxwell of making his video on Speechy simply for the views? I know I'm probably going to repeat this at a future point, but the actions of one don't represent the actions of the many.
Even then, besides Tom's admittedly really great video, there's still countless amounts of garbage tier ass bottom of the barrel type shit that just shit talk Speechy under the guise of criticism, further exacerbating that shit I was just talking about.
You know, it might help if you showed clips of people actually doing that, rather than just saying they did and expect your viewers to take your word for it. Hold on. That text.
Also, can we collectively, stop using screenshots of random anime characters for character stills? That shit is so sad and really fucking boring to watch.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh, how I do love
arcade flashbacks.
that old controversy started by Ben and Isaac.
So much.
Sorry, lost the happy. But the happy's back! But seriously, Meathead's avatar wasn't from an anime. Adding on to this, pretty much everyone else who did a video on Spetchy either used an OC or a webcam. This is just you saying that because you don't like how slideshow commentators make their videos, that they should stop using the avatars they're using simply to please you. The whole "don't use anime characters as your avatar" complaint has been picked apart relentlessly. An avatar is simply a talking head. I mean, we could just go full black screen without any visuals whatsoever.
Would you prefer if people were using text-to-speech? I'm sure this wouldn't annoy you more than someone using an anime avatar at all.
But unless images were just sliding around all over the screen without any care for placement, and it proved to be an actual distraction from the points made, it shouldn't matter what people use as their avatar.
I don't really mind people clowning Speechy for anything. It just bothers me when they try to act pretentious and shit by claiming they're criticizing when they're clearly on some nut shit. Like, stop fronting like you're really about shit and just be real about the content you make, homie.
Accuses people who commentated on Spetchy of being pretentious, acts pretentious himself in this part of the video. But hey, hypocrisy doesn't make him wrong! That's a CC meme, by the way. I feel I have to tell you that, because you seem to have such a stick up your ass about what other commentators do in their videos.
You know, like, the reason why I believe people should just stop trying to criticize people like Speechy is because people like Speechy are clearly insecure. So much so to the point where it's painfully obvious. Speechy tries to hide all that shit by playing her edgy, unbothered, bad bitch persona in her videos, and that gets pretty obvious when you peep the way she responds to actual criticism. Or I guess the lack thereof, because that shit ain't really there. She can't really take shit from nobody because she lacks the self-affirmation to listen to any kind of criticism coming her way, and as a result she just ends up deflecting or ignoring anything that's valid.
That tweet's from April. You don't show the day of an earlier tweet you screen capped, so I have no clue if this was also meant to be from April, or if the tweet is more recent. If you want to show folks that Spetchy still doesn't take criticism, show actual relevant evidence. Don't show us past examples and pretend like they still count. And I'm ending it here. He goes on to assert that Spetchy still hasn't improved, and is simply pretending to make people leave her alone, before he moves on to Madame. Since I don't know that much about her, I'm not going to cover that part of the video. The only thing that I can say here is that SD gives off the vibe that he thinks everything he says here is objective fact. With a few exceptions, he claims that everyone who did a video on Spetchy did so simply to talk down to her and get views, as well as try to convince his viewers that Spetchy's past behavior is still relevant. Is Spetchy improving? I don't know. I don't follow on Twitter or YouTube. And I'm not in her Discord. Maybe SD's away he's just as pretentious as he claims anyone who made a commentary on Spetchy is, but I don't feel justified this whole "I know better than you" attitude he had to the whole thing. Anyways, this is Night saying thanks for listening, and please share your thoughts with me.